Hurricanes. As I do a quick little mic check here, give me a few seconds. Um, Also, with my Bible verses today, I really do not got a Bible verse today. It's kind of sad, really. Oh snap! I might not can do my mic check today. Well, I hope everybody can hear me. You know what I mean? Um. So, okay. While I'm doing this, see if anybody can hear this part. We are definitely going to be talking about the Carolina Hurricanes again tonight or today. My bad. And here's what we're also going to be talking about. I'm also going to be talking about my NHL bracket that I've already got. Okay, got that set up. What we're going to be mostly talking about in this broadcast is my NHL bracket, and as you can see back here, these two teams are set up in the first round, which I am kind of nervous about. So while I get this game started, I'm going to talk about my Carolina Hurricanes, and I am pulling for them all the way. Go Canes. Come on, Canes. Let's hear it up for the Canes. Woo! Like and subscribe to this channel if you agree or disagree, or if you're just a big hockey fan. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, sorry guys. I haven't wore this wig in so long. I forgot the reason why I don't wear it. But for the Carolina Hurricanes, first time I've actually went back and read some materials, yeah, that the Carolina Hurricanes has not been to the playoffs since '09. Weird. I thought they've been more times than that. That they actually win more games than the Carolina Panthers, who we will not talk about as of right now. So we're sticking to the hockey, and guys, I can't believe it. My Hurricanes are back in the playoffs, supporting my team, wearing their colors, wearing it. I'm ready for it. I'm surprised that we locked in our seat for the wild card, guys. That is amazing. I've been trying to keep up with hockey all season long, looking at other teams, but I'm always a Hurricanes fan. That is the first and foremost. Go Canes. Okay? Go Canes. We're number one. I do think the Canes have the team it takes this year to win another Stanley Cup. I'm pulling for it. I'm hoping for it, and that is what I got on my bracket. And but we'll go with what I've got. I don't do none of the bracket. Let me say this. I do not do any of the first betting of the brackets. I do it for the fun of it. See if my picks can get to the playoffs. Yeah. But hey, I'm already telling you the end outcome that I'm hoping for. Carolina wins it all. So go guys. Bring up a storm. Your Category 5 Hurricanes this year. And if you win the Stanley Cup, you broke through the Category 5 and you became a Category 6. Maybe we need to make a new category just for that. But this is funny how they got the bracket set up this year. And like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, the Washington Capitals and the Canes are going to be compared up first in the first round, which is kind of scary for me because, let's say the Washington Capitals is pretty much the Patriots of hockey. You got their teammate Alex Ovechkin, very good player. Not doubting his skills at all. still don't see how hockey can be cheated in a 7-game playing period. But Alex Levishkin is gonna be our #1 guy for us Carolina Hurricanes fans to worry about. Don't even get me started on the goalie. Oh, but Alex Levishkin, they have to get a defense surrounding that guy, but not just him. It's gonna be hard keeping up with that guy. That is the only guy I'm afraid of for the Carolina Hurricanes. We got 7 games to play, so hopefully we can figure out a strategy to, like, plan A, plan B, maybe all the way down to plan Z. So, yeah, we got the Capitals. It stinks, but we do. And, yeah, I do see the Carolina Hurricanes. We got a good enough team where we can beat the Capitals. The Washington Capitals. In my Pacific opinion, you know those wins, every time they win, the Canes do this crazy thing at the end of the game. I think that helps the morale of the Canes as players, but also helps the morale for the fans, like a Caniac fan, such as myself. Too bad I won't have enough money to go to a playoff game. I haven't been to a hockey playoff game. If I don't go this year, oh well, guys. I'm going to be watching this on TV, and I'm going to go crazy in my house. Okay, so I'm hoping for the Carolina Hurricanes. This is going to be awesome. Washington Capitals, definitely got to watch out for it. Okay, getting back to the bracket, however, I do got Tampa Bay Lightning beating the Columbus Blue Jackets in that category, or in that game. I was pretty much surprised. I don't know how they really do the brackets. I'm not an actual NHL crunch the numbers kind of guy. I'm in for the games. But somehow they got them put together, Tampa Bay and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Tampa Bay has looked solid all season. If the Columbus Blue Jackets beat Tampa Bay, I would be surprised. Tampa Bay will probably go up to at least the 3rd round. So I'm pulling for Tampa Bay and the Columbus, Tampa and the Blue Jackets game. I've kept up with the scores. I watched a little bit of the videos. I do think Tampa Bay has the team, or is the team to beat this year, just by looking at the numbers on my little smartphone on that NHL app, which if you don't got it, by the way, you might want to get that app, especially if your Carolina Hurricanes is not on basic channel. Attention to Fox 8, can you please put the Carolina Hurricanes on your local channel so Hurricane fans like me don't have to pay extra for it. Okay, back to the bracket. Boston Bruins versus Toronto Maple Leafs. That was a hard pick for me, who's going to win that game. However, I am going with the Boston Bruins. They've always shown a good team base in the tournaments. When it's crunch time, they're ready to go. They've got the good players. They've got the players that wants to exceed every time. And I don't know, I guess I got a fascination with black and gold jerseys because of my high school, East Davison Eagles. So shout out to all those teachers that are still teaching over there that probably know me as the annoying crazy kid. But no, in all seriousness, I've been watching the Boston Bruins. I think they can pull it off. However, I do think it might be all the way to Game 7 for the decisive of that one. Just because Toronto, man, they're never shy of good players. They're always in the brackets. They're always coming to the championship games. They're always there. You're always gonna see them. Kind of like the Washington Capitals. Their team is just that good. A few couple years I've seen them where they weren't in the bracket, which surprised me. Right? And it's one of those teams that it's kind of disappointing if you don't see them in the bracket anywhere. Okay? So, I mean, yeah, I went with Boston Bruins. That's just my personal opinion. Also, Washington Capitals versus the Carolina Hurricanes. You already know this answer. I'm going Carolina all the way. I think they're going to beat them. I think they're going to stomp them, even though they might be black and blue after going up against Alex Ovechkin. Right? So, the last bracket they've got down here for the Eastern Division is the New York Islanders versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is a no-brainer. I am definitely going with the Penguins in that game. Just because, dude, they got Sidney Crosby. And you cannot fight that guy because somebody else will step in and fight you for him. And he's a real good player on top of that. He's real good skills with the puck. Again, that is the only other team that I am nervous for the Carolina Hurricanes. If we beat up the Washington Capitals, we're going to get beat up again by the Penguins. If not, I think we can make it pretty easy on the New York Rangers or the New York Islanders if they win. But I'm definitely going with the Penguins because after playing that game, I guarantee you the opposite team's gonna be black and blue. If not black and blue, Sidney Crosby's gonna dance around you like a figure skater. That's how good he is, and I'm assuming that's why they pay him the biggest bucks in the NHL. So, first round brackets. That's who I pick for the Eastern Division. Now we go into my least favorite division, the Western Division. I've tried to keep up with them, but it's kind of hard to do that when they're not on your time frame. I have went to go back to look at some highlights of these, and I think I got a pretty good idea of what I want to go with. And we'll start at the top of the bracket on this. The first game here, they got the Winnipeg Jets versus the Dallas Stars. So I was kind of surprised to see the Dallas Stars getting the wild card and going up against Winnipeg. That was pretty neat. I like the Stars because the Stars actually showed before they went to Dallas. Same way with Carolina Hurricanes. Fun fact, guys, the Stars and the Hartford Whalers was in the Mighty Ducks movie. Yeah, I didn't know that neither, but the two actual teams were in the movie Mighty Ducks, the first movie, when the coach of the Mighty Ducks took them to a hockey game. I thought they was using some actors, but no, it's actual clips from the NHL from that season, which blew my mind. The Carolina Hurricanes, or the Hartford Whaler at this time, were in the Mighty Ducks. Blew my mind. But the team I'm going to go with in this game is going to be the Winnipeg Jets. They have more playoff experience. There's not any other reason why I went with that one. I think it might be because they're in Winnipeg. If I'm not mistaken, that's Canadian. Canada country. If you don't got a lot of Canadians, you're not going to do well. And that's what kind of scares me with the Carolina Hurricanes as well. But as far as I can tell, I think we got some good players, and I shouldn't be as worried as I am worried. Okay, so I think that's the only reason I went with Winnipeg. I didn't really watch Dallas Stars games that much this season, and if I did, I might make a better educated guess. Maybe, I don't know. But I did went with Winnipeg, and that's just what I'm going with. Next game is the Nashville Predators versus St. Louis Blues. That one was a toughie for me to pick as well. And I bet most people are going with the Nashville Predators. They are having a very good season, a real season. Plus, I mean, they have to. They're on the case of the NHL 19 video game. They've got to do good, right? However, I did not pick them for this first round picks. Yeah, I know. Am I going against my better judgment? Probably. I did go with St. Louis Blues. I do think the St. Louis Blues is going to beat them. I've seen 1 or 2 games of them, and they look like they got a pretty good, decent team to come out on top with the St. Louis Blues. Before I continue on to my next 2 brackets, again, these are my opinions, what I think who might actually win, and I will let you know who I think will win in the next brackets when we get to them. And I will probably tell you that my bracket might be a bust by that point, because let's face it, here's what I don't get to all the fantasy hockey or fantasy sports. You look at numbers, dude. I'm looking at the players, man. You cannot judge a player by the number. If anybody agrees, can I get an amen? Thank you. Alright. So, I mean, yeah, I based my bracket off team numbers, but mostly I do think coaches got a lot to do with it too, because, I mean, they're Hurricanes, by far, doing phenomenal with their new coach. Fun fact, I forgot that our coach was actually on our 2006 team as the captain. That's probably why we're having a good year. He's doing a fantastic job with the Hurricanes, and I can't wait. Okay? So, I mean, that's all I got on that. Okay, so our next bracket of games is got the Colorado Avalanches versus the Calgary Flames. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going with the Flames. Again, it's another Canadian team, and dude, they're always a hard team to beat. And yeah, I'm gonna go with them for that game. There's no ifs or ands or buts about it. The Flames are gonna definitely win that game. If they don't, I will be surprised. And my bracket would be definitely a bust. And the next game is going to be St. John's Sharks, or June Sharks. You know what, just the Sharks. Versus Las Vegas Golden Knights. Now, I like what the Knights are doing. I did watch them the first year just to see how they would do when they first came to the NHL, and I am vaguely impressed of how Vegas built that team. This year, I'm also impressed how they built that team. Do not know any of the names of the players of their teams yet, and I can't pronounce half of them anyway because of Russian, Canadian, so on and so forth. But I am definitely going with the Las Vegas Golden Knights just because they're from Las Vegas and they've got money to boot to train these hockey players. They probably, being the new team, I bet you the team owners really went all out in buying the best training equipment. And since their team has not really changed that much since the last time they went to the playoffs, I do think that they're definitely going to go to at least the second round. I'm also wanting to put them at the end game, where Carolina Hurricanes and the Golden Knights play each other. Which, in my opinion, I think that would be a good game. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Yeah. See? Yeah, he agrees. That's just what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And all the way, I would love to see Carolina and the Golden Knights play each other. Now, however, will my bracket be a bust in the first round? Let's find out, alright? But those are my first round picks of teams in my brackets. And I'll let you know my second round picks when we get there. And I'll let you know if I have to pick a new teams off those second brackets. But yeah, that is my bracket. And you know what, guys? March Madness, it's over. Y'all done. Bye-bye. Bye-bye basketball. It is time for us hockey players to come out of the woodwork and start your brackets, start your gambles, and please don't go off base what I do. And if you win your bracket, can I at least have half? Just saying, since I broadcast it. Help a brother out. I'm just starting out. Come on. But again, guys, I've been on my edge this season for the Hurricanes, and for every this season has been more a treat to me than seasons in the past. Hurricanes got to the playoffs. It was a really touch and go season, more on we barely got in, which was amazing. I can't believe it. We actually got in. I mean, it's like the Panthers winning a Super Bowl. You want to believe it, but it's never going to happen. Sorry to tell you this, Carolina Panthers, but the Carolina Hurricanes is going to bring home another Stanley Cup before Panthers even think about going to the Carolina Hurricanes bringing home another Stanley Cup before the Panthers even think about going to another Super Bowl. You can prove me wrong, but hey, I'm just saying the Hurricanes wants it more than the Panthers. And I'm a deep Carolina Panthers and a deep Carolina Hurricanes. I am kind of mad though. Hockey season is just now going into playoff seasons. After this weekend, I think we got that 1 week of break, and then we go starting our playoffs. We're going into playoffs. March Madness just ended. Basketball, NBA is getting more screen time than hockey. I mean, have we not grown into a major sport down here in the South? I mean, come on. No, I thought we did. I mean, you think so, right? I mean, hockey, more fans down here in... Okay. Uh, I thought we were. I do guarantee that maybe one of our local broadcast channels is gonna probably broadcast the Carolina Hurricanes because we made it to the playoffs. The only reason I don't like the cable companies as of right now because Channel 51 is apparently a extra channel that you have to pay more for, but yet I can get Panthers every football Sunday, so a little racist to hockey here, people, I think, you know, just because we only got maybe like a few of, you know what we're talking about. I mean, just because, come on guys, little piggyback, please. I really don't want to take politics in this, but really, I mean, come on man, we need some more hockey channels on the local networks. But hey, that's just me. Again, I am so impressed with my Hurricanes making it to the playoffs. Again, I thought they went more times than what the announcers on the TV said. We haven't been since '09. Really? That's kind of weird. But, okay, hey, they got the numbers. They actually got all that information right there in front of them because they paid people to do it for them. Unlike startups like me. Yeah, we all know you don't get your information. There's no reason you gotta be uptight about it. But, guys, that is all I got for this broadcast. And I got 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I try to do a 1-round hockey broadcast just because I'm not actually playing it. We're just watching 2 computers doing a simulation. And as of right now, it's saying my Canes are going to be up by 3 in the first game of the Washington Capitals in the first period. Let's be honest, it's not going to probably be like that. It's going to be close to around like up by 2. But again, guys, the teams that I'm worried about is the Washington Capitals as of right now and the Penguins. If the Canes beat the Capitals, we're going to be so doggone tired when we play against the Pens. And the Penguins are going to beat us black and blue if we beat them. So we are going to be tired when we get to the final 2. The Golden Knights, if we play the Golden Knights or the Winnipeg Jets, or any of the teams, whoever we're going to face on the Western Conference, we're going to be tired. And will the Carolina Hurricanes have enough stamina? And here's something to factor in some of these brackets are too. Will your team do good with either, let's just say, an injury, knock on wood? None of my Canes have injuries right now. And I definitely like our new goalie that they got. Harazic is his name, I think. He's doing a fantastic job. And I'm hoping he's getting... I hope he can help the Hurricanes get a Stanley Cup while he's there, because he is doing a fantastic job. He's challenging the puck. He's making plays. He's doing very good. Other than that, guys, I have no more info for this hockey. But I will tell you this: when the playoffs start, I am actually going to watch and take notes on every single game. Mostly highlights. I'm going to be watching mostly highlights. And again, guys, if you want to watch some highlights of hockey, best way to do it is the NHL app. No, they're not paying me to say this. I'm just saying it for a good customer. I like how they got the information broke down on the app as of right now. Even if you keep score, you can still get play-by-play by text messages or whatever. Yeah, you can use your imagination when you do that. However, if you want to see the games, it's a 2-day blockout for 100 something. I don't know. They might have changed it. Go to NHL.com to see how much the NHL app is. I think it's called NHL Live. Again, guys, I would prefer that app to anyone. And you know what? For my Bible verse today, we're gonna. I'm trying to remember one off memory, but you know what? I can't. So. I am gonna go to my little Bible app, and the first thing that will pop up is gonna be our Bible verse today. You know what, guys? This is harder than it looks. I'm trying to keep up verse every day. Seriously, guys, this is. Okay, here's a good one, I guess. Mark chapter 9, verse 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believeth in me, it is better for them that a milestone were hung about his neck, and he were cast into the sea. So, how can I interpret that? I'm gonna interpret it as this. Okay. If children believe in God, or believeth in Jesus, don't try to confuse them. Don't try to debate with them, because they're still young, right? And Jesus loves the little children of the world, and you know, he always beckons the children to come unto him, you know. So don't push a child away if he asks you about faith, about religious, about Jesus or God or any of that. Don't push them away. Try to talk to them about it and encourage them to get a closer walk with the Lord. And kids, to be honest, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. But don't let no one tell you you can't or you can. That's something you have to do for yourself. And if anybody puts you down for your belief, he might as well need to drown anyway. Because unlike, I don't know, you know what, let's not even go there. But don't push a kid away from if he asks you about faith. Encourage them to learn more so they could get an understanding. Because look, God said he wrote this wrote the Bible, even a child can understand it. We adults kind of screwed that up just a little bit. So, there's my Bible verse for the day for this broadcast. And just for the last woohoo, I'm pulling for you, Carolina Hurricanes. Win another Stanley Cup before the Panthers even win a Super Bowl. Go Canes. Hope you win. See you later. Firebug out.